Stop me if you've heard this one before, but the rat men have raised
Don't
a
stop
bloody
me
great
now.
bell up on the
I'm
Hillguard's
loading in.
ramparts. Those little buggers
Welcome
worship
back to
me
another
here, as I can tell.
video with
Problem
me
is,
here.
there's no way to know if this is a purely
Playing another
ceremonial lump of
Cataclysm
bronze
game
or a
on
lodestone
Screaming
for
Bell.
our Grey Seer's magic. We'll have to
Destroy it,
just
to be safe.
Oh,
And by we, I mean you. I love that. I love that opening from Loner. Back with my bots here. I got a slightly different bot setup than what I normally use. There's a lot of different bot combinations that you can use. I know I haven't really like done too many different bot combinations on the channel. Mostly just to show off how well the primary combination that I use kind of works. But there are definitely other combinations of bots. Oh my god, there's just so many potions that you can use. You can clearly see that this combination that I'm using is Team Tank. So it's not Team Temp HP, but it is Team Tank. They operate a lot differently in nature here. I would say this combination of bots is very good in a lot of situations. Not as many situations as what I normally use with Team Temp HP. I would say this combination of bots is going to suffer most against like monsters. And there's certainly different ways that you can kind of set them up here that I haven't set up. You can set up the Foot Knight a little differently. I have the Power versus Elites for his second talent on. You can probably run like Staggering Force or something maybe. I'm not sure if that like gives him any extra breakpoints exactly. I might let him stagger Chaos Warriors a little bit better in certain animations, but I'm not too terribly sure. You know, I'm not gonna pretend like I know. If there's something I don't know, then I'm just gonna say I don't know. You can probably run, instead of the Inspiring Blow on his 5th talent there, which, you know, increases cooldown regen whenever he staggers an elite. You can probably run something like Counter Punch. I'm sure Counter Punch wouldn't be too bad to run on him. Or even It's Hero Time. I'm sure every talent in that row is probably somewhat decent for the bot to run. I put the Great Hammer on him to make him good versus Chaos Warriors, and it does make him good versus them. In the same sense that having the Great Hammer on Warrior Priest makes him good versus Chaos Warriors. They do those light attacks on them, and it deals a lot of damage. Great Hammer against Chaos Warriors. So got him set up the way I do. Ironbreaker, you know, just Ironbreaker thing. Got him set up with a shield. I got guns on both of them, hitting specific breakpoints for Cataclysm so that they can one-shot all specials with the handgun. I've got... the Warrior Priest set up a little bit differently than I normally do. And we're about to do a... maybe a big bomb? Nope. Totally botched it. That's okay. This isn't the best place to be having this fight, but we're gonna have it in here anyway. Even though I missed that bomb, or I didn't get, hit that bomb the best that I could have hit it. It still did a lot of good damage. And I do have a lot of good Chaos Warrior damage with this, these 3 bots, so not too terribly worried. You could probably run... I put Numb the Pain on him. You could probably run something else than that on for the bot. And it's just so that if he uses it, he doesn't get obliterated if he charges into a shitty situation. And I don't want to put on the big charge, the one that lets him. I think it's called Unstoppable Force, the one that lets him charge through great foes. I don't want to do that, because then what ends up happening sometimes is he'll kind of charge to the other side of like a lot of enemies and like isolate himself, and I don't want that, because then he just kind of ends up dying. Would lucky loot die. But yeah, I got the Warrior Priest set up a certain way. I got dual hammers on him. He gets back a lot of temp HP using dual hammers. I got him set up so that he's guaranteed to use dual hammers. I put dual hammers in both of his slots. You normally see me run the Great Hammer on him so that he deals a lot of damage to elites. And is that the second lucky loot die? That is the second lucky loot die in this area. That's pretty lucky. Oh my god. Assassin. So much for that assassin. Actually gonna do a little... There you go. Kind of give them all a little bit more temp HP here to work with. Clearly I'm still playing the same build that I use on the Unchained bot. Still works really well in a team comp like this with Beam Staff. Kind of lets us it gives us the ability with this team comp to sort of deal damage to monsters. Beam Staff is of course really good versus monsters. You can just kind of hold it on them, and the ramping damage that it deals ends up dealing quite a respectable amount of damage. And of course, I've also got to help in that monster killing aspect. I've got the power versus monsters for Warrior Priest on his one talent. But yeah, like I was kind of saying earlier, I don't think I completed my thought. I'm a little all over the place here in this video, but I've got dual hammer set up on him because he generates a lot of good temp HP with them. So I know I've mentioned before how they can have trouble generating temp HP, and he will in certain situations, like if there was a monster, for example, the Warrior Priest wouldn't be able to generate any temp HP in those kinds of situations, but he can at least generate temp HP against hordes and stuff like this really easily, so that's good. Considering there's no one else except me on this team at the moment who can generate that temp HP for him. And yeah, even instead of like the Great Hammer on Foot Knight, you can probably run just a shield weapon, like Mason Shield or something maybe. That might give him the ability to deal a lot more stagger. And generate a lot more temp HP that way. I was wondering if there would be another potion in here. And there is. It's going to work to my benefit. Just a really lucky potion, really. Just going to use it to try to generate some temp HP for the bots here. And yeah, they can still have a lot of trouble with monsters here, since they're not generating temp HP on the monster in any way. So that's kind of what Team Temp HP is like. It's just something that Team Temp HP is better at doing, essentially. And of course, when you have a monster in amongst a horde, you can think like, oh, the bots will be fine because they'll be able to attack the horde and get temp HP that way, but I mean they get distracted, and just taking free damage from the monster, it still kind of ruins them. Generate some overcharge so I can get Frenzied Flame active. I just hit that fire barrel. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of just show a slightly different combination of bots that you can still use and kind of make work in a way. I know they're probably not optimized the best way that they probably can be. I'm not too terribly familiar with a bot comp such as this. More familiar with my usual comp that you see me use. And I think I've demonstrated pretty well. Wow, that assassin. I think I've demonstrated pretty well, how good that team comp is to use. And yeah, it's just a lot of damage reduction with these guys. I got bark skin set up on a couple of them. Got a lot of damage reduction on them all. So it's it's what I've said before. They reduce a lot of damage, and they can take a lot of damage that way. But not being able to reliably generate temp HP in literally any situation can make certain situations a little bit more difficult for them. You know, especially against bosses and stuff, and well, certain bosses, certain boss fights, certain monsters. And of course, if you're the one that's kind of getting all the kills in a wave too, you know, they're not going to get any temp HP in that regard neither. So, you know, you can always, like I always say, you can always change up a little bit how they, you know, what gear you put on them and stuff, and change up, you know, what situations that they would be good in. But ultimately, I think there's always going to be some sort of situation where the bots are going to suffer. You can just kind of prep them the best you can. Kind of set them up in certain ways that'll also complement the way that you're playing. Help peel for them a little bit here. Gonna give Kruber a heal since he doesn't seem to be wanting to heal himself. And let's finish breaking the bells here. Situations is getting a little foobar at the moment. Gonna go ahead and break the chains. Try to get this other purple potion here to... Yep. Use that to just sort of feed the bots a bunch of temp HP. And I better get out of here quick before... Yep, before this big boy gets here. Knocks us, so he's gonna knock everybody off here probably. Oh, no way. He's still alive down there. That's funny. Oh man, the dwarf's an absolute hero right now at the moment. Look at him. Okay, it's coming for me finally. Oh, really, Soulspire? Really? Alright. Let's get this Skaven slave behind him so he doesn't get bothered by that rat kind of punching him in the butt. Let's try to generate some temp HP on these Skaven slaves while they're here. Is there another med kit over here? Nope. That's fine. This is an actual wave here. You know what? Can I just... Nope, not while there's rats coming up the drop. That's fine. Slow and steady. Kind of want to just try to get down there and revive the bots, but that's fine. As long as we're all right up here with the dwarf. And there goes a dwarf. No, dwarf. Should always try to be careful whenever you're getting someone up with a monster on you. You should try to get them up when they're doing a flurry attacks. Naturally, if I try to revive the Ironbreaker there while the Rat Ogre is doing overhead attacks, he's just going to absolutely push my shit in. So I wait until he did his triple flurry attack. There he did. You gonna heal yourself, dwarf? You gonna heal yourself? Yeah, whatever. There you go. I'll heal you, dwarf. Never mind. So yeah, just something a little different. You know, Foot Knight giving a whole bunch of damage reduction. Getting an AoE with his aura. Warrior Priest and Ironbreaker with as much damage reduction as they have. You know, everybody kind of has like upwards of, you know, 30, 40, 50% damage reduction here when everybody's grouped together. And that's another game with Unchained in the bag here. I haven't really played too much Unchained on the channel, though I'm pretty sure I've played her a little bit here in the last couple of videos. But that's perfectly fine. Just adding to the playlist of Unchained, of course, which needs to be done for posterity's sake. And I want to hear easy, Zarin. Not made of wood.
Me, both Ratties and Northlanders have much in...
If you stuck with me through that whole video, I appreciate you watching, as always. Just trying to change up the rotation of the bots here in this one. I'll probably go back to my normal bots that I usually use, Team Temp HP, for future videos. But I guess I'll roll with these, you know, a couple more games. Try to get a couple more videos out of these guys here, with Foot Knight and Ironbreaker, and the way that I've got Warrior Priest set up here. And yeah, I'll see how that goes. In any case, it bears repeating. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you in the next CataTide video. GG.